Hello! So, in this video, I'm going to be discussing some marketing strategies that work best for, smaller cities. So if you don't have too much competition, then that's completely okay. It's actually even better because when you don't have as much competition, it's much easier to get some results. Because the way marketing works nowadays, most of the time, is the more people are trying to buy ads, the more people are trying to do something, the more difficult or more expensive it becomes. So if you're in a small city and you're having some trouble getting more customers, or you just want to get more customers more quickly, then you're probably thinking like, what's the best marketing strategy that I can use in order to get more customers for my business? Well, in this video, I want to explain what are some of the things you can actually use to your advantage in order to get more customers for your business. A lot of people think that the fact that they are in a small city or in a less competitive area, or not just less competitive area, but just a smaller city that has less population, that it will be a lot more difficult compared to some bigger cities, or that you would actually have to move to some bigger city in order to get more customers. But luckily nowadays, that's not the case. It's actually a lot easier for companies that are located in smaller cities, because you don't have as many companies that you actually have to compete with. So, one of the best marketing strategies that you can actually use would be SEO, for example. If you have 10, 20 different companies in your area, it's a lot easier to rank in the top 3 spots, or near the top of the page, if you have 20 competitors. But if you have hundreds of different competitors, then it will be a lot more difficult. So I would much rather be first or be near the top in a less competitive area than rank really poorly in highly competitive areas. And just because you have less people in your city or your region, it doesn't mean you will actually get a lot less leads. Actually, some of the best performing clients that I've had, landscapers, remodeling companies, were the ones that were not based in extremely competitive cities, or there were people who had more specific niches that weren't overly competitive. Painters are a lot harder to rank than, for example, structural engineers in different areas. But painting industry is so oversaturated. It's not that it's impossible, of course it is, but it's a lot more competitive than, for example, some other services. But anyway, same thing kind of applies to cities. So if you're in a less competitive city, you don't have as many companies working there, so it's a lot easier to rank. And even though less people are searching for your services, the fact that your business actually gets more visibility is much, much better. So when it comes to SEO and what kind of results you can actually get using SEO, I'm going to leave some screenshots here from my previous clients, so landscapers and remodelers that I've actually worked with, and what kind of results they received over the past quarters or so. So I want to show you that the fact that you live in a smaller city, this is not going to be an obstacle even with SEO. So with ads, you can usually control the area that you actually want to target. So if you want to target some smaller city, but you can also focus on targeting some larger areas. You can do something similar with SEO, although it's not as specific. It's a lot trickier. But with SEO, you basically are trying to rank for some specific services in your local area. And when you live in a less competitive area, you can actually show up a bit further than you would in highly competitive areas. So in highly competitive areas, you will be happy with a couple of miles of visibility. Meanwhile, if you live in a less competitive area, you can go even up to 15 miles in some cases, of course. Of course, this depends a lot on what your business is about, your competition, a lot of things. But the point that I'm trying to get across is that when you live in less competitive areas or in smaller cities, people will be able to find your business even though they might not live right next to you. And the thing is that when you live in less competitive areas, you don't compete with as many people. And even the people that are in your local area, they're not going to see 5 different painting companies or 5 different remodeling companies or whatever your niche is. They would only see maybe 1 or 2 companies that are actually advertising. This is why even some strategies that wouldn't work in highly competitive areas or in moderately competitive areas would actually work really, really well in less competitive areas. So that's why I don't want you to feel bad because you live in less competitive areas. You can actually use that to your advantage. And like I said before, like I do SEO and I also run ads for a living. I have an agency. shameless plug, if you want to work with me and my team, then go to logicalmarketer.net. It's this link right here. I'll add it later. Fill out the contact form, send me your website. I'll take a look at it and all that, and I'll give you my thoughts. It's very affordable. But what I'm trying to say is, don't get discouraged because you live in a smaller city. You can actually use that to your advantage to get a lot more customers for your business and to dominate the area. And the good thing is that once you establish your reputation in that area, then it will be very difficult to throw your business off, and you can build a company that's going to last for generations. Hey, I really hope this video has been helpful. If you liked it, then click on the like button. If you want to see more content, subscribe. And I'll be posting a whole bunch of different videos on how you can get more jobs as a contractor and how you can grow your business. If you want to work with me and my team, then go to logicalmarketer.net. It's this link right here, and I'll also leave it in the description as well. So thank you for watching.